Hi, and thanks for joining us here at Rose Quartz Mediumship for this tarot message for January 2025. Today, I'm going to pull cards from the Light Seer Tarot deck and from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And we will see what January 2025 has in store for us. Woo! All right. We got one card that wanted to come out. And another card. There is something always really fun for me about new beginnings. All right.
A few moments later.
Well, we got 3 cards that wanted to jump out. So let's see what the message is as we put them together. Very much felt like the shadow card to me. All right. Welcome to 2025. So it feels like in 2025, as we step into the new year, we might feel unseen. We might feel like we're not being celebrated or seen, in particular in a very public way. So there may be something about this month where maybe some childhood wounds are coming up around not feeling validated, not feeling seen by people who are important to us. And as I'm really kind of feeling into this card and the message here, what I'm feeling is that sometimes the universe doesn't validate us when we're learning how to internally validate. And so maybe there's something happening in your reality where you're feeling like you're not being celebrated, like you're not being seen. And maybe, just maybe, you need to see yourself. Maybe you need to validate yourself. Maybe you need to celebrate yourself. And when that happens, the universe is going to mirror that back for you, where you're going to be publicly seen and celebrated. But you need to be able to see yourself. You need to be able to validate yourself. You need to recognize that the unique way that you move through the world is important and matters. And so whatever it is in the month of January, as you start in this new beginning, this new year, this new you, bring self-awareness. Celebrate yourself. Validate yourself. See yourself. Hear yourself. And the more that I feel into this, the more that I feel this message of, let me see how this wants to come out. It feels like there's a dream. It feels like there's a desire inside of you that is burning somewhere in your heart, in your soul, that you are trying to pretend is not there. And when we invalidate our own desires, and when we invalidate our own truths, and when we invalidate our own passion, the universe is going to mirror that back for us until we are willing to claim our own desires, our own passion, our own life purpose. And that, when we do that, when we validate our own purpose, our own passion, our own uniqueness, that's when magic happens. That's when we really attract people into our reality that are meant for us. When we claim our purpose and our desires and our heart and our soul unapologetically, we become really magnetic for the people who are meant to experience the medicine of who we are. I believe wholeheartedly that you are medicine, just like the earth is medicine, just like freedom is medicine. And the more that you can validate your own desires, your own passions, your own dreams, when you stand in that, the more that you do that, the more that the universe is going to say, yes, yes, yes. This is the thing. When you get to the end of this human experience, I don't want you to think back and wonder, what would have happened if I hadn't been so scared of being me, of being the unique frequency of who I am? I want you to look back and think that was a crazy, beautiful ride through life. And the star card in reverse very much feels the same for me. It feels like we might be trying to minimize our own uniqueness, our own passions, our own dreams. Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to move to another country. Maybe you want to have the baby. Maybe you want to start the relationship. If you pretend that that desire, that dream, that passion is not alive inside of you, then it's not possible. But when you believe that it is possible for life to be that good, that magical, that amazing, then life gets to be that good, that magical, that amazing. It feels like there's something in your life in the month of January that will feel slightly out of balance. And I just want you to remember who you are, who you were always meant to be before life roughed you up a little bit, before life told you that it wasn't okay to be you. It wasn't okay to be authentically the version of you who moves through the world unafraid of who you are. And there's something really beautiful about overcoming that and standing in a really solid place of knowing that you are exactly who you are supposed to be, and to be unafraid of that. There is some shadow work that will need to happen here in the month of January, and this feels like it goes right along with this message that in order for you to claim who you are and be unapologetic about who you are going to need to do some shadow work. You are going to need to sit with the parts of you that are still hurting and love those parts of you and witness those parts of you and be present with those parts of you. And when you do that shadow work, it's going to create the possibility for anything, for you to be you. And there's this reminder that there's an opportunity for you to work with and co-create with other people. And this may be business, this may be personal. But there's just this reminder that you don't have to do it alone. So frequently we think that we need to move through this life in a silo by ourselves. But the magic of the human experience is connection, is belonging. And so allow it. Allow yourself to belong. Every time we say yes to belonging, we say yes to connection, we say yes to vulnerability. Every time we let people in and we let people close to us, And we allow people to see who we are. Every time that we do that, we heal a part of us and we heal a part of the collective that says that there is a right and wrong way to move through the world. That's a very egoic, mind-based thought pattern. You are perfect. The unique way that you move through the world is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no emotion that you should be scared of. There's no part of you that you should be scared of. And the more of you that you can sit with and be with and walk with and love, the more freedom you're going to experience in your reality, because you're experiencing freedom of self. And for the shadow card, it feels like there might be some sadness. And again, the moon card is really coming up right now. There may be some shadow work that you're avoiding. And the invitation here is to be unafraid of your shadows. And to really ask yourself, how do I need to resource myself so that I can sit with the shadows inside of me? So that I can sit with myself and all of my feelings, because they all get to exist. Every part of you gets to exist. So while we're on the shadow, we are going to read the Beloved, which is the shadow card that popped out. And I'm going to read this card to you from the shadow aspect. The Beloved is the recognition of spirit in another and moving toward spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears in us in the form of a child, a partner, a friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the Beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with the divine nature. The invitation. Accept the invitation to learn through the path of love. Expand your being through union with another. When you recognize the Beloved in another, you call forth the highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love. The medicine. Be careful with romantic love, the kind of love that you fall in and out of. Own all of the projections you have placed upon the person who you are dreaming of. Remember that they are only a mirror back of your own deep longings rather than revealing their true selves. If you fail to notice this, be prepared to walk through the fire of strong emotions once again. And the second card that we got was the Blade. The essence. The blade represents sharpness of the mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upwards, it summons the path to heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of heaven on earth. And I will say that this was in the reverse position. So I'm going to read that line again. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of the heavens on earth. This is a time where we need to recognize that each of us is divine. You are divine. You are love. You are love. The blade can be a healing tool or a weapon. Wield it wisely, and it will transmit power, bestow intuitions, cut energetic cords from the past, or sever toxic relationships. Use it with anger and it will slash, stab, or kill. Isn't that so true? Right? When we access healthy anger, it moves us forward. When we access the shadow aspects of anger, so frequently our words or our actions cut like a knife. The invitation. You are invited to draw your blade and to use it. It is not auspicious to hesitation, to waste time in idle talk, or to hide from the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power. So take decisive action. Overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it wisely. The medicine. It's time to put down the sword and place it back. Do not offer your blade in service to toxic emotions. You will be faced with an even more disagreeable future with the people or situations you are attempting to banish. Put the blade to rest until your inner fire has mellowed. Use your blade with impeccable intention to cut off energetic cords that are trying to be the drama at hand. Set yourself free. And our last card is one of my absolute favorites in this deck. And I love the fact that it is here for the new beginning, the new year, the new you. And this card is the spiral, the essence. From galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in the natural world. Its shape in the form of a coiled serpent has been used since ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown. Isn't that delicious? And for extending far out to the heavens. It is crucial to surrender in this journey until exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche and the energy is released to give birth to a new reality. How fitting for a new year. The invitation to renew yourself. You must shed your old skin. You have already done this, so do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults all of the time, and let nature take its course. Know that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides your journey of renewal. The medicine. The spiral announces a descent to the depths and a rebirth. Allow nothing to get in the way of this process, as the time is right and the forces of nature are supporting you in the endeavor. Use stones, twigs, or yarn and build a spiral on the ground that is large enough to walk through at least 3 turns. Enter the spiral slowly. Once in the center, offer the earth the feelings or situations that you no longer want in your life. And as you walk back the way that you entered, feel recharged for your new journey. I think that that is the most perfect card as we enter a new year and an opportunity to enter a new version of you. A more authentic, a more aligned, a more vulnerable version of you. We really appreciate you being here with us at Rose Quartz Mediumship for this monthly tarot video. And if you found it helpful, we would love for you to share it with your friends and family.